Ladies and gentlemen, we just ask that you remain standing for the next 30 seconds for a moment of meditation for each and every one of us to connect with who we see as our higher being. Thank you very much. Please be seated. The Honorable Camille Robinson Regis, Minister of Housing and Urban Development.
By 20, 50 by 25.
This is Kyron Pollard. When you play, do it the legal way. Don't bet on illegal gaming.
Change your fate. Start to win at life with $20,000 every month. Win $20,000 every month for 20 years with NLCB's newest game, Win for Life. 6 numbers from 28 plus the cash ball could make you win for life. You deserve a win. Play Win for Life today. Visit NLCBGames.com for details. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Welcome to this morning's Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw, supervised by independent auditors KPMG and presided over by the National Lotteries Control Board. Good luck, everyone.
Good morning. Welcome to the NLCB's Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw for Monday, 16th January 2023. First we draw this morning's Playway number. And the winning number is number 6. Lucky mark is belly number 6. Our Mega Mix machine is loaded with a Mega bonus ball in each chamber. You can win money like mass with payouts of $40 on the Mega bonus ball, $80 with the Mega, $100 with the Mega Ultra, and $125 with the Mega Extreme ball. Remember, Mega options cost an additional $1. And now for a Mega Mix selection. And we have a Mega bonus ball. Players, Playway number 6, Valley has called, along with a Mega bonus ball. Congratulations, Mega winners. You've won money like mass with your base payout and additional Mega winnings. And at Saturday's 7 p.m. draw, the winning mark, 19 horse called with 2 Mega Mix balls and a Mega bonus ball. Players won over $1 million. Congratulations to those lucky winners. Don't miss out on today's Mega Mix winnings. Next, we draw winning Pick 2 numbers. And the first Pick 2 number is 23. Once again, that's 23. And the second Pick 2 number, 16. Once again, that's 16. This morning's Pick 2 numbers, 23 and 16 in that order. Now for a Pick 2 Mega to the Max draw. We start with the loaded Mega ball and 2 white balls. If a white ball calls, there will be no extra payout. However, when the Pick 2 Mega ball calls, players who wagered an extra $5 minimum on the Mega ball can win the base prize of $2,000 plus an increased Mega prize of $6,000 if they match 2 numbers in the correct order. Players, picture numbers 23 and 16 have called in that order with a white ball. Keep on playing the Pick 2 Mega Ball for a chance to win bigger prizes. And now for a Pick 4 numbers. The first pick 4 number is the number 9. Once again, that's 9. The second pick 4 number is 4. Once again, 4. The third pick 4 number is the number 8. That's 8. And the fourth and final pick 4 number is 1. Once again, that's 1. I will repeat this morning's winning pick 4 numbers, 9, 4, 8, and 1 in that order. Congratulations to all our Playway Pick 2 and Pick 4 winners. Make your money multiply with the Lotto Plus multiplier. For an extra $5, you can multiply your non-jackpot prizes up to 20 times. And Wednesday's Lotto Plus jackpot is now an estimated $3,600,000, so play today. In some cashpot news, last week 45 lucky players won cashpot jackpots. Congratulations. Play and hit the cashpot jackpot. And Players High Rollers Club is NLCB's newest $30 scratch game. You get 20 chances to win the top prize of $300,000 with 2 bonus chances to win instantly. Pick up your High Rollers Club tickets today and make your big money move. Thanks for joining us. It's again at 1 p.m. for another Player Pick 2 and Pick 4 draw.
Success, however, only heightens expectations for greater achievements, and we know that the applicants who are still in our database are anxiously awaiting that call from the HDC announcing the good news that their time has come. We have received tremendous support from our contractors and all stakeholders who are involved in this massive construction exercise. The management of the HDC has also received unstinted support from both our line minister, the Honorable Camille Robinson Regis, and our minister in the ministry, the Honorable Adrian Leons. Additionally, for their part, the board of directors have been unswerving, both in their support and their insistence that we must get it right, that we must deliver, that completed houses must be allocated and contractors paid. Noteworthy, and not in the most least, my dedicated team, who daily execute their duties by attending to the numerous customer requests. It is entirely and specifically in this regard that the HDC must now seek to improve the efficiency of its operations and to achieve the transformation it seeks into a nimbler, customer-centric, cost and revenue-focused organization. Ladies and gentlemen, while we attend to these internal issues, seeking to have the HDC more streamlined and efficient, it is of equal importance that we turn our attention to our clients who occupy houses and apartments built by the HDC. The HDC offers a variety of housing solutions to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. The most widely known, of course, is our mortgage solution, by which persons whose monthly income levels of less than $25,000 can, not will, can qualify for a mortgage to purchase a home. Apart from the mortgage facility, the HDC also offers clients rent-to-own, license-to-occupy, and rental units. Clients' access to each facility is predicated principally upon clearly stipulated income levels, so that an individual in receipt of a particular type of housing solution is believed to be in a position to remit to the HDC on a monthly basis the agreed upon rental or mortgage amount. The very viability of the organization is threatened in circumstances when delinquency is not addressed. Clients' refusal or, in some cases, inability to honor their commitments to the HDC jeopardizes the ability of the HDC to perform the following: honor its own commitment to the contractors who have legitimate expectations of payment, execute much-needed repairs and renovations to existing and, in some cases, aging housing infrastructure, engage in simple maintenance and upkeep of its properties and housing communities, complete housing units already on the ground, and simultaneously expand its construction program, whereby more citizens can benefit from state-sponsored solutions. To this end, we are closing the gap on debt recovery methods, including our latest move to engage a debt collection agency to assist with the much longer-term debts and debts not settled after 90 days, which will provide the results we desire as an organization. However, critical to all of this is making the HDC agile and convenient to pay. We have listened, therefore, to all our stakeholders, including tenants, and today, the HDC is pleased to launch our More Ways to Pay drive. This suite of options to honor the legal obligations of the HDC is designed to remove any hassle, inconvenience, or impediment to clients who earnestly deserve or desire to pay their debts to the HDC, but for reasons have not been doing so, or at least not consistently. Today, the HDC is providing, as far as possible, avenues for clients to pay their mortgage or rents. The HDC has made significant use of modern technology to improve the options open to its customers. Apart from the traditional methods of payment, that is, through salary deductions and over-the-counter payments, the HDC now introduces the following options through which customers can honor their obligations. These include an outreach project. This is where the HDC recoveries team will be performing actual home visits to delinquent tenants, equipped with links machines to enable customers to make payments at the point of the visit. Customers will also be able to receive their receipts immediately. NLCB. Additional payment options are being provided through agreement with the NLCB for use of its outlets located throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Expanding online banking options. The HDC has engaged several banks, including First Citizens, Republic, and Royal Bank, to now be added as a payee for online payments. Credit card payments. With the expansion of the online banking portals, the HDC will now be accepting credit card payments. HDC app. To be launched before June 2023, the HDC will provide a one-stop internet application to further enable customers to pay online, create work tickets for customer issues, monitor individual accounts, etc., etc. HDC caravans. The HDC will establish a number of roving caravans which will be used to visit various housing communities in Trinidad to encourage customers to reduce their debt. Ladies and gentlemen, this suite provides delinquent and non-delinquent customers with a series of options that makes their debt payment hassle-free, more convenient, and in some cases brings the HDC closer to their homes. This latter option is also critical for the HDC as it allows us the opportunity to obtain real-time information from clients about any maintenance, repairs, or renovation issues that they might have. Ladies and gentlemen, the increased provision of state-sponsored housing has usually been made possible through the receipt of annual subventions from the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Recognizing its obligation to its citizens, successive administrations have expanded billions of dollars to ensure the safe, affordable, and sustainable housing is provided firstly to those most in need of the facility. The expenditure of such large sums represented and continues to represent an investment in the lives of our citizens. As a state agency, though, the HDC cannot continue to rely solely on government subventions to execute its many programs. As we deliver to deserving applicants, on the one hand, we expect, for all the reasons advanced earlier, that the deserving applicants will do the right thing and honor their obligations to the HDC. The introduction of this suite of options via today's launch of the HDC's More Way to Pay is a significant step in the right direction for the HDC, one which we hope will result in a marked reduction in our delinquency ratio and a commensurate increase in debt recovery. Today, I urge all HDC customers, long existing and new, to make use of these payment options so that you do not fall into delinquency and run the very real risk going forward of losing your home. I thank you for the courtesy of your attention. Good morning and God bless.
Thank you very much, Ms. McFarlane. Now, just listening, I know that's a lot of information to take in and process, because in reality, it really is simply what the name of the initiative is, More Ways to Pay, and there's so many different avenues. So we really applaud HDC for this big initiative. Let's get a round of applause for them. Now, many different partners had to come together to make this happen, as we would expect, and we really want to acknowledge the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center, and to bring remarks on their behalf, please welcome CEO John Outridge. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'd like to take the time to acknowledge the Honorable Camille Robinson-Regis, Minister of Housing and Urban Development and Member of Parliament for Ruka Maloney, the Honorable Adrian Leons, Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development and Member of Parliament for Laventille East and Mover, His Excellency Peter Cavendish, the European Union Ambassador, Mr. Gerardo Noto, UNDP representative, Ms. Joanne Dioraj, Chairwoman of the Board of the Asset Management Company Limited and members of the board, Mr. Keston McQuilkin, Chairman of the Board of the Facilities and Estate Management Company Limited and members of the board, members of the Board of the Construction Company Limited, my Chairman Richard Young of the Trinidad and Tobago International Finance Center and members of the board, Mr. Sean Roach, Chairman of TSCT, Mr. Stephen Tangian, Chairman, Gaming and Betting Control Commission, Mr. Eustace Nansitz, Chairman of the National Lotteries Control Board, Ms. Giselle McFarlane, Managing Director of the Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Corporation, Dr. Deborah Thomas Austin, Managing Director of East Port of Spain Development Company Limited, Mr. Robert Green, Chief Executive Officer of the TTMF, Ms. Lisa Agard, CEO of TSCT, Heads of Department of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Divisional Managers and Senior Managers of the HDC, members of staff, distinguished guests, and members of the media. Thank you. The salutations is a lot longer than my remarks, so it won't take you too long. But I would like to thank again Ms. McFarlane again for arranging this and for getting us off the ground. This is definitely her vision, and I'd like to thank her again for partnering with the AFC to bring us on board to make this a reality. It was not that long ago, probably about 6 months ago, Minister Leon, you were in the boardroom and we were talking about the art of the possible, so I'm very glad to see that we are actually here. And, I think the expectations are far exceeded from where we started, which is, the strength of partnerships going forward. So I'd just like to open this morning with a quote from Vladimir Lenin, and I think that encapsulates basically what I've been seeing as what I would call the renaissance that is taking place in the public sector. There are decades when nothing happens, and then there are weeks where decades happen. And I believe from everything that you've been seeing that has been happening throughout the public sector, there's huge amounts of transformation, and I think it's a very exciting time to be in Trinidad and Tobago and to be a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. So I just want to give a round of applause. So, as I was mentioning, given to what has been put in production between the joint teams of HDC, TSTT, and the TTIFC, it has not been short of phenomenal, even by international standards. And this initiative showcases the power of when both the public and private sectors work together to achieve an objective. And, we have partners, as, Giselle would have just slightly touched on it. And I know when Kino from TSCT comes to do the demonstration, I think a lot of you are really going to be blown away by what you would have seen. This initiative could not have happened without partnership from the financial sector, the fintech sector, international payment industry collaborators in designing their service. And just for those of you who may be unfamiliar with the TTIFC is the organization in charge of promoting the use of digital payments throughout the government and executing the Ministry of Finance's cashless public sector vision. And I'm very proud to say that the HDC is the first officially recognized government corporation to provide customers with these multiple cash payment options. And not just for one group of customers, but we are also talking about from the banked, the unbanked, and this is very new, as well as the diaspora, because Ms. McFarlane's vision knows no bounds, so we go in beyond and abroad. So again, I'd like to take the time again to congratulate the HDC and its staff for achieving this milestone, because I think I know majority of the HDC by name now, so that has shown the collaboration. Now, I just want to speak a little bit about this initiative to really kind of encompass, because I know we also have some foreign guests in here so they can better understand what has been happening. This initiative basically establishes a unique framework and an environment that will provide a partnership model for what I'm seeing as Trinidad and Tobago's sort of emerging fintech sector. And it has various important benefits, not just for the HDC, but across the country. First, it gives a foundation to build world-class solutions with superior user experience and the strongest security standards. Secondly, it would allow simple connectivity to the local financial institutions, reducing the cost of partnering, accelerating the time to market, and increasing local competition. Thirdly, it would provide regional connectivity, making these solutions internationally scalable and more attractive for partners and investors, which will assist in promoting foreign direct investment. Lastly, fintech would be encouraged to develop innovative solutions, and not just innovative solutions for particular markets, but also delivery models to engage with the underserved consumers and businesses within Trinidad and Tobago, because that is where we want to see the technology getting into the community and encouraging the adoption of digital across the board. I would like to acknowledge our friends at the United Nations Capital Development Fund, UNCDF as we call them, and their international and regional visitors who are also in attendance and who have been working with the TTIFC. The UNCDF has a specific mandate under United Nations to accelerate the development of digital finance and financial inclusion innovation by providing the right balance of technical expertise and financial support to governments, private sector players, and non-profit organizations, and help country stakeholders develop inclusive products and services for underserved and marginalized populations. I would also like to acknowledge our friends as well from AmCham-TT, with whom you'll be working in establishing the fintech ecosystem locally and collaborating with all related stakeholders in terms of promoting what we are expecting to launch as the region's first fintech innovation hub that will be launched right here in TNT at the offices of the Trinidad and Tobago IFC in the coming months. Thank you. I would also like to thank TSCT for partnering on this initiative to leverage their best-in-class capabilities in the development of not only this initiative, but other solutions and platforms currently under development for the expansion of digital payment channels throughout the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And this is also being led through with the Treasury divisions and ourselves. Also, the TTC CIRT, which has established itself as the authority in providing cybersecurity best practices in relation to these payment services, and advise ministries, departments, and agencies on the applicable standards and maturity of their solutions, which will prevent any sort of cybersecurity breaches. Now, I just want to acknowledge the names and the organizations I called there. I didn't mention that we had foreign consultants, apart from our friends at UN, but this is all homegrown, all built for TNT, which I'm very proud of. So again, it's always something new. So while this event focuses on the solution and its many firsts, the TTIFC will continue to work with the HDC, and I'm saying it in writing here, Giselle, in the coming days, weeks, and months as you continue to roll out your More Ways to Pay initiative and raise awareness of the benefits of digital payment solution amongst the HDC customers throughout different communities in Trinidad and Tobago, because we strongly believe at the TTIFC the government can basically provide the example and lead the way for the private sector in terms of helping to get the citizens on board with these solutions, because the government provides the biggest use case in terms of changing and enforcing that behavior. So I'd just like to thank everybody, and I thank everybody for your time for listening to my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Outridge. One of the things that he touched and highlighted that really is something for us to be proud of is the technological capabilities of us here in Trinidad and Tobago. We often take it for granted. We often think about outside and want to compare outside. But the fact that he said homegrown solution is so impressive. So let's get a round of applause for our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And while we are capable technologically, we are also very capable in terms of entertainment. So now for an item of entertainment, please put your hands together and welcome to the stage Ryzen.
Good morning. The song I'm about to sing for you was written about 16 years ago. A whole 16 years. Most of you were still in primary school. And maybe one or two of you weren't even born yet. But the major criticism I received at the time is that the execution of the lyrics was done too quickly. So I'm just going to slow it down just a little bit before we do the real thing. I'm here to warm you up. Long before I ever came into existence, in my mother's belly resting, this fetus was predestined to undergo many trials and testing to make sure when I step into this world, I'll be a blessing. So move out of my way, I'm coming true. But if you want to come along, you know what to do. 'Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive vibe. Let me go, I'm busting the rope so I can reach for what is mine. Don't matter what life bring down the road, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk, talk all they want, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Nobody gonna bring me down below, I'm gonna reach for, well, you know this tune? Right, in primary school. All right, tune. If I could just get you the clap, like this. Nice. Nothing can stop me now. I will get there somehow. Can you feel it? Don't hold me, let me go. Long before I ever came into existence, in my mother belly resting, fetus was predestined to undergo many trials and testing to make sure when I step into this world, I'll be a blessing. So move out of the way, I'm coming through. But if you want to come along, you know what to do. 'Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive vibe. Let me go, I'm busting there so I can reach for what is mine. No matter what life bring down the road, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk all they want, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Nobody gonna bring me down below, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Everyone has a place in this world, a purpose for the soul, a vision to behold. But you got to open up your eyes so you can see it, and anything you want to be, believe. No matter what people say, it's your move, never let them dictate if you win or lose. 'Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive. Let me go, how about some up so I can reach for what is mine. No matter what life bring down the road, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk all they want, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Nobody gonna bring me down below. This is your part. To the top of the mountain, I'm gonna reach. Over hills and valleys too, I'm gonna reach. Making my dreams come true, yeah, whoa. With every step I climb, and God on my side, I'm gonna touch the stars this time, yeah, whoa. Long before I ever came into existence, and my mother belly resting, this fetus was predestined to undergo many trials and testing to make sure when I step into this world, I'll be a blessing. So move out of the way, are coming through. But if you want to come along, you know what to do. Cause you're right up plenty room inside for people with a positive vibe. Let me go, I'm busting you up so I can reach for what is. No matter what life bring down the world, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk all they want, I'm gonna. Nobody gonna bring me down below, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. To the top of the mountain, over hills and valleys too, making my dreams come true. Yeah, whoa. With every step I climb, and God on my side, I'm gonna touch the stars this time. Yeah, whoa. Let me go, I'm busting you up so I can reach for what is mine. No matter what life bring down the road, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Let them talk all they want, I'm gonna reach for what is mine. Nobody gonna bring me down below. Pull it. That means stop. To the top of the mountain. No, this is not a library. To the top of the mountain. Over hills and valleys too. Making my dreams come true. Yeah. Whoa. Hold again softer. With every step I climb, and God on my side, I'm gonna touch the stars this time. Yeah. Whoa. God bless you.
Indeed, impressive and a nice piece of entertainment in between. Rise on, blessing the stage. Well, one of the things that Mr. Outridge spoke about in his speech today was the best-in-class capabilities and support of TSTT. So let's welcome the CEO of TSTT, Lisa Agar, to bring remarks on their behalf. Let's welcome her.
So, after listening to Rise On, I'm going to change my motto. TSTT, reaching for what is ours. I was told I had about 10 minutes to speak. So if I read all of the salutations, that would leave 5 minutes for my actual speech. So all protocols observed. This is a really exciting day for TSTT, and I want to sincerely thank the HDC and the TTIFC for partnering with us to make this HDC More Ways to Pay initiative possible. It is a project that includes a vital digital payment element that I expect will be life-changing, company-changing, and I dare say, country-changing. I am emboldened to make this prediction because this is the first step in a brand new venture for TSTT, the country's largest communication solutions provider. It is also a significant step in Trinidad and Tobago's digital transformation journey. So let me emphasize, today marks a major milestone in TSTT's corporate history. It is the day that we present for the first time an electronic payment platform through which HDC clients can make online payments to the HDC, locally grown. Thank you, John, for acknowledging that. The ePay platform, developed by TSTT with its technology partners, will be used to facilitate online payments from HDC clients. This online payment solution will allow a customer to enter the HDC information into a simple payment portal, select a payment method and amount to be paid. ePay will be accessible through a wide spectrum of payment service providers. It will revolutionize payment for government services, and we are proud to partner with the HDC in unveiling this critical platform. Today, we are phasing in the introduction of this platform to a select few, And in the very near future, we will make this accessible to everyone with a mobile phone, computer, and an internet connection. Imagine the nurse from Sangre Grande who is renting a home from the HDC with the hope of converting this rental into a mortgage. Time spent away from her job comes with serious consequences for the patients who depend on her expert care to get well. What this platform does for her and thousands of others is life-changing. Instead of sacrificing a morning or afternoon to head into Port of Spain, find parking by the HDC, visit the HDC office to pay rent, an exercise that can take hours, she can do it in mere minutes by simply going online on a phone or computer and having her rent paid. The burden of having to journey to the capital is being removed and replaced by a system that is convenient, stress-free, and robust. We know owning a home is the single most important investment many of us will make in our lifetimes. It represents security for our families. It is part of our legacy, our achievement. ePay will help the HDC make home ownership easier and more convenient for thousands of the HDC's clients through this system. We are really proud and excited by the possibilities that this platform unveils, both for citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and the country's digital transformation journey. ePay will become the widest deployed ecosystem for payments within Trinidad and Tobago for both cash and non-cash transactions. It's a bold vision, but we have a deep-rooted belief in its capabilities. Today, it is the HDC, but this solution has the potential to make it easy to pay for any government service, TNTech, Board of Inland Revenue, WASA, and others, all while providing top-notch fraud protection and reconciliations. Strategically, we have been developing ecosystems that support the acceleration of digital transformation. As an example, our e-tender solution has transformed the procurement process in Trinidad and Tobago to one that is digital, streamlined, sustainable, secure, and more importantly, complies with the new procurement legislation. Our e-health platform is also being rolled out, which will revolutionize the delivery of patient care by the implementation of an electronic health information management system inclusive of patient records. You will be hearing more from us on that in a few months' time. Now we're leveraging our scale as a telco as we transition on this critical journey to become a techco, as we develop solutions in fintech and in the payment space. Over the next few months, as I said, we have exciting things in the pipeline that we cannot wait to share with you. At this juncture, I'd like to reference an article that it so happens was posted exactly 1 year ago on January the 16th, 2022, on the Intellia's website. Its headline asks, Telecom Mobile Payments. Why should fintechs partner with telcos? The Intellia's article predicted that, I quote, in the years to come, we'll be seeing more and more hybrid telecommunications companies offering a variety of banking services and rich ecosystems. Whether you are in Nairobi, Seattle, Sydney, Moscow, or Hong Kong, and let me add, Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, there's a good chance that in 5 years' time, you will completely forget what visiting a bank feels like. According to Jim Johnson, head of Merchant Solutions at Fidelity National Information Services, quote, even as more customers return to the store, it is clear that there's no going back on the innovations we are seeing within fintech. Consumers are now mirroring the way they shop online while they are at their favorite retailer, creating a more advanced blend of digital and physical payment options that we saw prior to the pandemic. He added, and I quote, "The implications of this are significant for merchants who now need to innovate and partner with a technology provider who can help them meet the diverse needs of the modern-day consumers," unquote. TSTT's robust, state-of-the-art network and infrastructure, including our leading-edge enterprise solutions, can and are already supporting Trinidad and Tobago citizens, businesses, state agencies to stay connected, to stay relevant, and to be competitive. As the Honourable Minister of Finance noted in his budget presentation, technology affects almost every aspect of our 21st century life. He spoke of government's vision of developing a digital society, a digital economy, and a digital government, and some of the initiatives and projects this would involve. TSTT, ladies and gentlemen, is committed to helping Trinidad and Tobago achieve its vision of digital transformation, and our cloud infrastructure and communications network are powerful resources that can support the government's digital transformation agenda. Powered by and supported by cutting-edge assets and credentials, like our state-of-the-art data center, which is the only one in Latin America and the Caribbean region, accredited with both TIA 942B rating 3 and DOCSIS standards maturity level 3, it is a service differentiator in the local telecommunications industry and cloud space. TSTT is uniquely positioned to partner with state agencies like the HDC, as well as with private sector companies and organizations, to introduce a simpler, safer, and more affordable way for both buyers and sellers to make and receive payments for products and services, and so much more is possible. Let me reiterate that as the nation's largest and most advanced communication solutions provider, TSTT can and must support Trinidad's digital transformation goals and aspirations and provide the leading-edge technology, communications, and even financial solutions that will drive economic growth and development throughout Trinidad and Tobago. It never ceases to buoy me and lift me when I hear the lines in our national anthem that speak to all of us pledging our lives to thee, our country. And TSTT, through this journey of digital transformation, it's pledging its life to the development of the transformation agenda of the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. In closing, I want to congratulate the TTIFC for the professionalism and agility with which it has been delivering on its revised mandate to be the lead agency for government's digitalization initiatives in the financial services sector, which it took on a mere 21 months ago. And I also want to commend the HDC on the energy, innovation, and focus it has demonstrated throughout this partnership to achieve its objectives of providing safe, sustainable, and affordable housing options to its customers in a timely and efficient way. We look forward to working not just with the HDC, but also with the TTIFC as we develop other solutions, as we continue to digitally improve our families, our communities, and our beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Agar, and we also want to thank you for pledging your life to thee. If only so many of us could do the same in our respective areas, we'd really have a better country. So now, I don't know about y'all, but I've been hearing about this portal for the past half an hour, and I'm ready to see how it works. And I know y'all listening and watching as well. Y'all are ready to see how it works. So now for the portal demonstration, we want to welcome General Manager of Emerging Services and Innovation. Please put your hands together for Mr. Keno Cox. Let's see how it works.
Thank you, Hans. Morning, everyone. Allow me to also say, Glisa, all protocols observed. Today is monumental for us. When we first started the partnership with HDC and TTIFC, we were all co-joined in one vision, what I term nation building. And I am, as I stand before you here today, I am also reflecting on the words of Prime Minister Modi of India, where he stated, I have seen people wanting to devote their time and energy to nation building. All they need is an opportunity. So for us, the opportunity is today. Very thankful to Ms. McFarlane for her leadership and John, my partner in FinTech, for truly what we believe is, a turning point for the country and building an ecosystem for payments in Trinidad and Tobago. Without further ado, walk you through what is ePay. So ePay is really an amalgam of what I call omni-channel payment platform. And it's a platform that allows, as mentioned before, not only cash, credit card, debit card, but multiple ways, all in one ecosystem. And TST, of course, is undergoing the process for an EMI issue license, which will allow mobile wallet payments to also come to this one ecosystem. What it simply means is that for the HDC and for tenants and homeowners, as we have seen and we've heard about this morning, but simply by the click of a button, go to HDC website and enjoy the multiple options that this payment platform provides. Number one, by simply accessing through credit or debit cards, you go to the payment platform through the HDC website, click on More Ways to Pay, and it pulls you through a screen where you enter what we call the normal KYC data. And you enter your value of payment, click credit debit card, fill in the credit card details, that's it. 3 simple steps. And your receipt is generated, and that closes the process for paying a mortgage or a rental payment through the HDC. Second, omnichannel payment will be cash. So we have partnered with Paywise, and part of the Paywise ecosystem, we have over 120 agents located nationwide. And Mr. Nancy is here today, so we hope that the NLCB will also be part of this ecosystem. And what it simply means is that you can walk into any physical location, going through the same simple 3-step process for the cards, and you go by the agent physically, they accept the cash, and your account is credited with the amount. So it's really unifying and simplifying the process for credit card and for cash. Very soon to come, the system is also pre-built with additional payment methods. You have Apple Pay, Google Pay, PayPal. So to the point where you have someone overseas in diaspora who is supporting you, instead of having to go through Western Union money transfer, through your phone and through these multiple payment options, you simply click and go. So it's really unifying the customer journey experience with payments. And if my presentation fell short, that's how it's supposed to be, all right? It's really very simple ways to pay, easy steps, omni-channel options. In closing, I really want to thank the student leadership once again of Ms. McFarlane, John, my team at TSCT, our wider technology partners, What we have achieved today and continuing to grow and to expand is really what we call the backbone for Trinidad and Tobago's fintech development. More is to come. I thank you, everyone.
Simple, easy. We stand by the key messages behind this. Efficient, effective, and allowing access. Thank you very much, Mr. Cox. Let's give him a round of applause. We look forward to the more that you speak about. Well, it's now time to get some entertainment in the form of Calypso. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, some of you all may know him as Myron B, but we welcome him today as Calypso Night. Please put your hands together and welcome him.
Let's go. Whoa, yo, yo. Say la da 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 da. Whoa, oh. Yes, people, with all due respect, Trinbago has embraced fintech. As we all can see here today, we did not come out here to play. I have to say congratulations to each and every institution that came together for all of we to bring this product to the HDC. Whoa, yo, 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 yo. La da 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 da. Oh, oh. Now listen. Imagine you're up in New York City, lounging and relaxing real easy. You get a call from TNT. Mommy say, a little short on money. Imagine you hear that and right away, you jump on your PayPal or your GPay. And one time, at that stage, you help mommy pay she mortgage. Hi, hi, hi. Say, wo yo yo. I say, la da 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 da. Now, what I like from all the things I see is the embracing of technology. I'm telling you, we are not alone. We could pay with your mobile phone. And I'm saying this because we'll agree, Trinbagonians are really tech savvy. These are the things that I have to state to avoid the long lines. We appreciate. Say die da die die da day. What? Are you afraid to sing? Bye la da die. I want to say a special congratulations to each and every institution that came together as we see to bring this nice product, the TNT. It is not just about the HDC, it's about the future of technology and how we adopt it. Please hear this one. Give a round of applause to each and every one. We have foreign partners here. The UNDP, are we here? Wow. Now this is something we must understand. Fintech is a global institution. We have our friends from the UNDP that came and spent time here in TNT to work with our local institutions to bring this service here to everyone. So I was saying this now and I don't want to pause. Give our global partners a round of applause. Say, wo yo 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 yo. Now this is for everybody, yeah? This is like an all-inclusive party. And now imagine I have no phone, I regret, and I don't even have internet. And I rarely check out, oh gosh, today my rent is due and I have to pay. One time I take cash money and find my way down by the NLCB. I'm telling you, all I do not cry. We doing this because we know how to pay wise. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Myron B, boy. Y'all can give Myron B, now known as Calypso Night, a round of applause. And he just exited stage left with such style. All right, well, it's now time for our feature address today. We welcome someone that is very passionate when it comes to evolving and really building our country in the right way. Please welcome the Honorable Camille Robinson Regis, Minister of Housing and Urban Development and Member of Parliament for Aruka Maloney. Yes, y'all could give the Minister a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, but you didn't have to stand. I'm not the Prime Minister yet. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Adrian Leons, Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, and Member of Parliament for Laventille East Morva, and my friend and colleague. Peter Cavendish, His Excellency Ambassador of the EU Delegation to Trinidad and Tobago, Gerardo Noto, UNDP President, Resident Representative to Trinidad and Tobago, Ms. Namala Ramlogan, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Ms. Joanne Dioraj, Chair of the Board of the Asset Management Company Limited, and members of the board of that company, Mr. Keston McQuilkin, Chairman of the Board of the Facilities and Estate Management Company Limited, and members of the board of that company, members of the board of the Construction Company Limited, Mr. Richard Young, Chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center, and members of the board, Mr. Sean Roach, Chairman of TSTT, Mr. Stephen Tangnyan, Chairman of the Gambling, Gaming and Betting Control Commission, Mr. Eustace Nancis, Chairman of the National Lotteries Control Board, Ms. J.Cell McFarling, Managing Director of the Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Corporation, Dr. Deborah Thomas Austin, Managing Director of the East Port of Spain Development Company Limited, Mr. Robert Green, Chief Executive Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago Mortgage Finance Company, Mr. John Outridge, Chief Executive Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center, Ms. Lisa Agard, Chief Executive Officer of TSTT, heads of departments of the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, divisional managers and senior managers of the HDC, our various valued partners, and if I might mention Mr. Tiwari, I'm just picking him out because I consider him my friend, despite the fact that his name is Tiwari. Our valued partners, members of staff, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Today is indeed a red letter day for the Housing Development Corporation and for the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. It is also a red letter day for the country of Trinidad and Tobago, where our Prime Minister consistently quotes our anthem and says to us, we must continue to work in the interest of Trinidad and Tobago with boundless faith in our destiny. And that is what we're doing here today as we launch the More Ways to Pay initiative. And this is not simply about our clients of the HDC and them being provided with more ways to honor their obligations to the HDC. But more importantly, it signals this government's intention to get on with the business of digitalization and becoming a cashless economy. Increasingly, you will be seeing more and more state organizations following the path being set by the HDC. Indeed, Only recently as well, the PTSC announced its intention to go cashless for those seeking to access specific services. But because JCell is so competitive, she decided that she had to get here before PTSC, and so I congratulate her on being the first. This is the way forward as we enter into 2023. And I give you the assurance that even greater strides will be made to ensure that citizens can transact business with the government from the comfort and security of their homes or from any other location that they find convenient. I am certain that citizens would take note of the excellent strides made by the HDC over the last few months to simultaneously deliver on its mandate to provide safe and affordable housing solutions to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago and to improve its operational efficiency. Indeed, in 2022, the HDC ensured that approximately over 700 families received keys to their new homes, bringing a measure of relief to them that they had long anticipated. These families joined the tens of thousands of owners of government-subsidized housing spread across the length and breadth of Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, you would recall that the Minister of Finance did indicate that the HDC would have access to a government-guaranteed loan in the amount of $1.5 billion. And in fact, we were able to access $500 million of that loan. And we're anticipating that we'll be able to access the remaining $1 billion by the end of this month. And with that $500 million, we were able to restart several projects that had stalled. And in order to do that, we had paid out the amount of $176,783.73. I'm trying to be very specific. We did pay somebody that 73 cents so that that person would restart the projects. We also paid numerous contractors that we owed, and we paid out the amount of $336,285,759.62 to contractors. Yes, we did owe somebody that 62 cents, and we paid them. We are still owing contractors some with existing projects, and we are owing some service providers, but we are in the process of getting in that $1 billion, and with that we will make as many payments as possible. But what we will also do is start new construction in various parts of Trinidad and Tobago. And one of the areas that we will be starting construction in is in terms of rental units, because as we have examined our database, we have determined that several of our customers would best be served by rental units, others by mortgage units, and that is what we are trying to do as the HDC continues in its obligation to provide affordable housing solutions to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. So we will be doing these units in the areas of Morva, in Bonaire, in Port of Spain, in Laventille, in Couva, in Freeport, in Dabadie, in Curep, in Claxton Bay. And so our objective is to ensure that we cover the wide swathe of the geography of Trinidad and, to a lesser extent, Tobago. But our objective is to ensure that we do provide the housing solutions that we are mandated to provide. In keeping with the government's policy directive, the HDC has in fact been converted to a holding company and now stands as the parent company for the 3 subsidiary companies, and the asset management company, the facilities management company, and the construction company. Each company is charged with their very specific mandate, but all of them are designed to ensure greater efficiency in the conduct of the HDC's affairs. Within the last few months, the HDC has opened its doors to multiple investors as we seek to attract and encourage more public-private partnerships in the housing industry. Our history tells us that when construction of any kind, especially housing, is in the ascendancy, there is more money circulating in the local economy, thus benefiting more and more persons on the entire economic spectrum. The government, therefore, is not unmindful of this, and therefore we are actively seeking out ways to mop up the excess liquidity in the market by providing opportunities for this public-private partnership to be a part and parcel of how the HDC operates. But even as the HDC moves assiduously to increase its efficiency, to improve its governance structures and deliver on its mandate, there is one pillar of its operations that continues to remain somewhat troubling, and that is the receipt of monthly payments by its clients. Therefore, this project, this new operation that the HDC has started, is in order to facilitate clients being able to pay the easiest way. And that is why it is called More Ways to Pay. It is the client, we are looking at the client's ability to pay and ensuring that payments are being facilitated. Our objective, therefore, is to ensure that there are numerous options being provided to our clients on a phased basis in order for them to honor their legal obligations to the HDC. It is intended to remove every hassle, every inconvenience or impediment to clients who sincerely want to pay their debts to the HDC. But it is also an example of what we have said in our manifesto and in the government's policy, that ours is the intention to move this country to a digital economy, to a digitized country. And it is a new way to address the end-to-end consumption and delivery of goods and services using appropriate digital technology. The Ministry of Digital Transformation is in the process of ensuring that we do have the digital technologies available in every aspect of our development to ensure that we create new or modify existing business processes, change the culture of the people of Trinidad and Tobago so that they understand the importance of becoming a digital economy. And in that regard, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our international partners because they have been working assiduously with us in this regard. I pay special mention and I pay special homage to Ambassador Cavendish, who has worked with the Ministry of Planning and Development. He has been working with the ministry when I was the Minister of Planning and now with the new Minister of Planning and Development. He has been working assiduously with the Ministry of Digital Transformation, and I would like to express deep appreciation because he has taken on this mandate as if it were a mandate of his own. And really, he has worked very closely with us. Thank you very much, Ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, the UNDP has also stepped up to the plate, and we thank the UNDP for their work. As a government, we are clear that the introduction of these new options, and particularly as it relates to the HDC, It represents a giant leap forward for the HDC in terms of its continued evolution. By introducing these additional ways for clients to honor their obligations, the HDC is clearly seeking to relieve itself of the burden of cash collection at its 3 main locations, which currently account for the vast majority of payments for the homes it manages. So today's launch of the More Ways to Pay initiative would not have been possible without the invaluable input, as I said, from our international partners. But certainly it would not have been possible without the invaluable input from our partners, the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center. Yes, you can applaud for that. And the Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago. As I keep saying, it is literally a mechanism for introducing more ways to pay for our rental and mortgage properties, reducing existing barriers, both perceived and real, which prevent our homeowners from making their payments. This new online platform was developed by TSTT and is integrated with payment service providers such as Paywise, Google Wallet, PayPal, Apple Pay, and other payment solutions. And because I was only born 16 years ago, I've forgotten the name of this young man who, Keno Cox, whose demonstration showed us quite clearly how easy it is going to be, especially for persons born 16 years ago like me, who would want easy ways of being able to pay. So thank you very much for your demonstration. And I was remarking to my colleague that there are so many young people involved in all these changes that it really makes me very happy, because it means that Trinidad and Tobago is in really good hands moving forward. I must reiterate the plea made by HDC's Managing Director to all HDC clients to please utilize these additional options to honor your legal obligation to pay the HDC. Your mortgage and rental arrangements imposes upon you a legal obligation and invests the HDC as your landlord with certain powers and authorities should you fail to honor those obligations. I urge homeowners and delinquent homeowners to come into the HDC and begin your conversation about the payment of your arrears. During the height of the pandemic, this government demonstrated its caring by allowing homeowners who might have either lost their jobs or had their monthly incomes reduced to come into the HDC and make certain arrangements. We are therefore not averse to listening and meeting you halfway, but you must meet us along the way as well, or face what may be inevitable. Today, I wish to thank the executive and management of the HDC, as well as the executive and management of TSTT and the TTIFC for their collaboration with us. I also wish to thank my colleague minister, who ensured that the meetings that were necessary to move this process forward did in fact take place, and I appreciate that you did that on my behalf, so I didn't have to look as though I was the bad one. I look forward to great results from this initiative as we walk confidently into 2023. I thank you all for the courtesy of your attention, and I wish you all God's abundance blessings for 2023. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
And you know, it really hits the mark when the minister could say, you know, for those who are been born just 16 years ago could really understand it, and it's really user-friendly. It's simple, easy, convenient, it's reliable, and most of all, user-friendly. We really want to thank the Honorable Minister for her work. Thank you so much, Minister. Now we'd like to welcome to give our vote of thanks this morning, Mr. Atiba Pear, Business Analyst, Corporate Services at the Trinidad and Tobago Housing Development Corporation. Let's welcome Mr. Atiba Pear.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies. I just want to borrow from the words of CEO TSTT, all protocols observed. I have the task of bringing to you this morning the vote of thanks, and as I look around the room, what I've realized is that there are a number of people who really should have been on my list that is not on the list, and the only reason that you're not here is simply because of the confines and the constraints of time. So if you don't hear your name here, just know that we are grateful for all your input in this project. Also, what I want to say is I am going to call a number of people, and I don't want it to be routine. I don't want it to be traditional. When we call them, it means that we really appreciate all their input into what we have done over the last few months leading up to today. And so I want your help with that. When I call somebody and you really appreciate what they've done, I want you to give them a round of applause. And I will signal to you like this, and then you're going to do it. All right, let's just practice this. Okay, all right, just save it for when it's really necessary. So I'm here today to offer thanks to those who played a part in the launch of the Housing Development Corporation's More Ways to Pay campaign for the client to honor their financial obligations to the HDC. Firstly, thank you to the Honorable Camille Robinson-Regis, Minister of Housing and Urban Development, as well as the Honorable Adrian Leons, Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development. And we thank you for your foresight, ministers, and your commitment to the diversification of payment methods offered by the HDC. This strategic move is definitely a welcome shift, as it places the HDC at the forefront of cutting-edge payment technology and at the same time advocates convenience for and to our customers. Thank you as well to Mr. John Outridge, CEO of the Trinidad and Tobago International Financial Center, TTIFC. And also thanks to his efficient staff and team, Camilla Evans and Kareem Hernandez, who played a pivotal role in the coordination of activities leading up to today's launch. So Camilla and Kareem, you're going to take some of John's clap, all right? To Ms. Lisa Agard, CEO of Telecommunications Services of Trinidad and Tobago, and Mr. Keno Cox, Assistant General Manager of Emerging Services and Innovation and the project team at TSTT. We'd like to take this time to express gratitude for your assistance in the coordination of these payment options. And to Ms. Jaisal McFarlane, or Managing Director. Ms. McFarlane, your drive and determination and ideas have led the HDC to become an innovative agency with cashless payment options. This groundbreaking move would leave a lasting legacy in the landscape of payment options offered by the HDC. Thank you. To the HDC's ICT team and department, I want to personally and sincerely thank you for your long hours, your creativity, your innovation, your input, and your teamwork on this project. All your skills, dedication, and resourcefulness have once again been tested, and it has been proven on this critical project initiative. ICT team, we could not have done this without your capacity. Thank you. We also say thanks to the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Hans de Veens, for your professionalism and your talent. And members of the media, it is always a pleasure to have you as you help us accurately share the information on the available digital payment alternatives to our clients. Once again, to all our stakeholders involved in the conceptualization, planning, execution, coordination, and closeout of the HDC's More Ways to Pay cashless initiative, we thank you all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Atiba Pay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we end our function today. We really want to thank you all for spending your morning with us and for finding out about the More Ways to Pay that HDC now has available for all of the clients. So for those of you all viewing, spread the good news and know that HDC now has More Ways to Pay. My name is Hans de Veens. Thank you very much, each and every one of you all, for your attention.
The winning numbers in the National Lottery online draws from Monday, 16th January 2023. At 10:30 a.m., play with number 6, Belly, Mega Bonus Ball called. Pick 2, the numbers 23 and 16 in that order. Pick 4, the numbers 9, 4, 8, and 1 in that order.
Swappa tan tan tan, oh, oh, Johan Madman, oh, oh. The tide is high, I know, and money very slow. They checked in the fire, yo, car payment and mortgage due. You don't know what you go do when the landlord calling you. Forget yes, no answer so. Outside building 22. I remember the day when I thought the crazy sound. Thunder, rolling, water, flowing. Yes, I know how it is, please don't take it on. 365 days, I say, God is a tree, God is a tree. From Sando to Togo, from Port Aspen to Piaco, God is a tree, God is a tree.